Linking AI deployments to workforce outcomes. Companies across industries are now explicitly tying AI adoption to workforce changes. By mid-2026, firms large and small have reported productivity gains from AI while reshuffling their headcounts. For example, a Reuters analysis found that some 312,000 tech sector jobs were cut from 2023 to 2026, even as AI was cited as the rationale in 78% of cases. In this article, we profile 20 major companies in banking, technology, retail, telecom, and more, and document how each has quantified headcount changes linked to specific AI initiatives. We compare these outcomes to less automated peers and highlight how companies are reallocating talent. Figures and quotes below come from earnings calls, filings, and news reports through June 2026. Banking and finance. Bank of America USA has long credited technology for leaner operations. In a mid-2025 earnings call, CEO Brian Moynihan noted that tech and AI have allowed BOA to shrink from about 300,000 employees in 2010 to about 212,000 in 2025. Its consumer banking workforce halved from about 100,000 to 53,000, even as deposits more than doubled, as new data-driven processes and AI assistants automate service tasks. By contrast, Wells Fargo's CEO said in 2025 it was very early to see meaningful labor impacts from AI pilots, a lagging outcome matched by other banks that have not invested as heavily in automation. JPMorgan Chase USA is aggressively redeploying staff around AI. CEO Jamie Dimon told investors in early 2026 that about 318,512 total employees as of 2025 remained broadly flat, but internal shifts had occurred. Operations and back-office roles fell around 4% and 2% declines respectively, while client-facing and revenue-generating roles grew 4%. Dimon confirmed JP Morgan has displaced people from AI and plans to retrain them for new roles. The CFO noted that generative AI use cases have doubled in a year, using OpenAI and Anthropic Tech to make bankers and tech staff more efficient. In peer contrast, Citi or smaller banks have not publicly announced similar workforce redeployments. Citigroup's headcount has stayed roughly constant in recent years. Morgan Stanley USA built its own AI assistant for financial advisors, powered by OpenAI's GPT-4, and reported big productivity gains. Yet in March 2026, the firm still cut roughly 2,500 jobs, about 3% of 83,000, across divisions. The cuts spanned investment banking, wealth management, and other units. Morgan Stanley's layoffs were described as strategic, not performance-driven, and contemporaneous with AI tool rollouts. A Wall Street Journal report noted that like many U.S. firms, Morgan Stanley's cuts came amid a general streamlining as firms adopt AI. By comparison, smaller investment banks such as Goldman Sachs have also reduced headcount recently, but so far have cited efficiency in markets rather than specifically AI as the cause. HSBC UK illustrates retraining over cutbacks. Its CEO Georges El-Hedary said in May 2026 that generative AI will destroy certain jobs and create new jobs, and stressed the bank is upskilling all 200,000 employees for AI-enhanced roles. HSBC has not announced a major layoff tied to AI, but in a group of peer banks, rival Standard Chartered, also UK-based, disclosed a plan to cut 15% of its corporate functions by 2030, about 7,000 jobs, explicitly by automating back-office work. These moves contrast with European competitors like BNP Paribas or Deutsche Bank, which as of early 2026 had not announced AI-driven headcount reductions, focusing instead on uneven pay or branch network changes. DBS Bank Singapore, in early 2025, broke new ground by publicly mapping AI to job changes. DBS, Asia's largest bank, said it would not lay off permanent staff, but expected to eliminate about 4,000 temporary project roles over 3 years as AI tools finish their tasks. DBS reported about 8,000 to 9,000 temp positions today, out of about 41,000 total employees. These reductions will come via normal attrition. Outgoing CEO Piyush Gupta also noted the bank will add about 1,000 new AI-related jobs. In other Asian banks, OCBC and UOB have discussed scaling AI internally, but are still staffing up overall, while Standard Chartered, and Japan's Mizuho are cutting some corporate headcount by openly citing technology gains. Technology giants Microsoft, USA, announced several rounds of layoffs in 2025 as it streamlines around AI. In July 2025, Microsoft revealed about 9,000 cuts, bringing total to about 15,000 for the year, as it also cut 6,000 in May. These impacted multiple divisions, including sales and Xbox. Microsoft did not explicitly blame AI, but CEO Satya Nadella noted that up to 30% of its code is now AI-generated, implying software jobs are affected. The workforce thus briefly shrank from about 228,000, even as productivity per employee jumped. By comparison, Amazon USA has also forecast future labor declines from AI. CEO Andy Jassy told employees in mid-2025 that increased use of thousands of generative AI agents will reduce our total corporate workforce as we get efficiency gains. Amazon had about 1.56 million employees by Q1 2025, up slightly year over year, but plans to get more done with scrappier teams and fewer people in some functions. Meanwhile, Alphabet Google, USA, is taking a more cautious stance. CEO Sundar Pichai said in June 2025 that AI will make engineers more productive, cutting tedious tasks, and expects to grow headcount to meet new product opportunities. Google cut fewer than 100 jobs in its cloud division in early 2025, and a few hundred in devices. These were far smaller than the 12,000-plus cuts in 2022-23. And Pichai insists Google will hire more as AI-driven demand grows. Meta Platforms USA, Facebook, Instagram has restructured its AI teams. In October 2025, Meta cut around 600 jobs at its new Superintelligence Labs, an AI research unit of 3,000 staff, aiming to clean up organizational bloat after rapid hiring. CEO Mark Zuckerberg explained that reducing team size allows each researcher to do more. Those laid off would be offered other internal roles. Importantly, no engineers building core AI models, the TBD team, were cut, and Meta continues to recruit top AI talent aggressively. By contrast, Microsoft's LinkedIn unit and other tech peers, rather than retraining, delayed hiring amid the same period, reflecting different growth strategies. Salesforce USA reported major cuts to support roles as AI took over customer service. CEO Mark Benioff disclosed in September 2025 that Salesforce had slashed its customer support team from 9,000 to about 5,000 people, about 4,000 positions cut, because AI agents now handle roughly half of all customer conversations. Benioff emphasized the move as rebalancing headcount. Salesforce now has 76,500 employees, Jan 2025, so 4,000 is about 5% of total. He also noted Salesforce is using AI agents to clear a backlog of sales leads, deploying bots to contact 100 million uncalled prospects. Other CRM companies are less aggressive. For example, ServiceNow Below is saving on hires but investing in sales engineers, and SAP Oracle have cited AI wins in efficiency but have not tied large layoffs to it. Workday USA trimmed 1,750 jobs, 8.5% of its 2024 workforce, in Feb 2025, explicitly to focus on AI and global expansion. In its SEC filing, Workday said it would shift investment into AI development and international markets while realigning staff. CEO Carl Eschenbach and analysts noted they would retrain some employees and hire heavily in AI and new locations to support the transition. This contrasts with peers like Oracle and SAP, which in 2025 were expanding AI features internally but had not announced net job cuts tied to automation. ServiceNow USA made headlines by projecting $100 million in 2025 payroll savings via internal AI use. ServiceNow's CFO announced in mid-2025 that productivity gains from its own AI tools, including agentic assistants, will reduce where it needs staff, though the company is reinvesting savings into sales and engineering roles. Management did not specify which jobs would be cut. Instead, it stressed not raising profit margins, but funding growth. In sector comparison, competitor Salesforce was similarly reinvesting AI gains into growth, but Workday explicitly cut headcount to free resources for AI. ServiceNow CEO later warned, in 2026, that rising AI automation could hurt new graduate hires across tech firms. IT hardware and services Cisco Systems USA announced in May 2026 that it will cut nearly 4,000 jobs as part of a restructuring aimed at shifting investment toward AI and related growth areas. This represents under 5% of Cisco's 86,200 workforce. CEO Chuck Robbins explained that this will free up funds to expand Cisco's AI silicon, optics, and software for data centers, as hyperscale cloud customers surge orders of AI infrastructure. CFO forecasts $6+ billion revenue from AI-related networking by 2027. Cisco framed the cuts as making the organization focused, urgent, and disciplined for the AI era. In contrast, peer network equipment companies like Juniper or Arista have not reported comparable staff cuts tied to AI. They have instead grown hires to meet cloud demand. Dell Technologies USA has also shifted into AI hardware. In August 2025, Dell eliminated its new logo Enterprise Account Acquisitions team, roughly 150 salespeople, and other sales roles, aligning with its booming AI server business. Insiders say Dell's relentless AI push, e.g., $12.1 billion of AI server orders in Q1 2025, means it needs fewer, more specialized sellers instead of many generalists. Dell did not release an exact layoff total for 2025, but the cuts affected hundreds of sales staff. Meanwhile, PC vendors and legacy server makers with slower AI pivot, such as Lenovo or Lenovo's peers, have been more cautious. Lenovo reported flat headcount in 2025, despite modest growth in its AI-related segments. Hewlett-Packard Enterprise USA set out a broad cost-cutting catalyst plan in 2025 that includes workforce reductions and AI initiatives. HPE aimed to cut about 2,500 jobs, about 4% of 61,000, by October 2025, to save $350 million annually. CEO Antonio Neri said the strategy has 4 prongs: layoffs, efficiency, optimizing portfolio, and using AI across the business. He specifically highlighted accelerating AI deployment, for example, co-developing a Zuora AI agentic system for financial reporting. Unlike some peers that mentioned headcount cuts, HPE spun its AI effort as boosting agility. Other hardware stalwarts like IBM and Fujitsu have similarly signaled workforce alignment with AI. HPE's peers have mostly taken smaller actions, focusing on upskilling, simulation, and automation rather than outright layoffs. IBM USA has explicitly used AI to realign jobs. In late 2025, IBM announced about 8,000 layoffs, roughly 3% of its workforce, as part of a restructuring. Notably, the hardest hit area was HR. IBM said it replaced roughly 200 HR positions with AI-driven chatbot agents in 1 month. IBM CEO Arvind Krishna characterized the moves as a strategic realignment enabled by AI. He noted that overall headcount remains flat or higher, since IBM is hiring in growth areas like software, marketing, and sales, while automating routine work. IBM's motto became that AI would free employees for higher-value work. For comparison, smaller IT services peers like Accenture or Capgemini have touted AI-backed efficiency gains, and GE's Baker Hughes spun off a similar AI chatbot for HR. But no other major vendor announced large layoffs explicitly due to AI in 2025-26. IBM itself has recruited thousands of AI talent even as it makes these cuts. Retail, telecom, and other sectors. Walmart USA has aggressively applied AI in logistics and merchandising. Its CFO reported in 2024 that generative AI tools let Walmart do the work of 100 times fewer people in tasks like populating product catalogs. For example, Walmart used LLMs to enrich 850 million catalog entries, saying it would have taken nearly 100 times more staff hours without AI. The company is rolling out AI in supply chain automation, 3,000 stores now served by robotic warehouses. So far, Walmart has not announced layoffs. Instead, it reports technology enabling a smaller team to handle more work. This contrasts with Amazon, which is open about future cuts. Walmart executives have publicly downplayed AI's impact on jobs, unlike the CEO of Amazon. Telstra Australia planned to cut 550 jobs, 1.7% of its 31,900 workforce, in mid-2025, but explicitly stated this was not because of AI. The cuts, mostly in its enterprise division, were framed as part of an efficiency overhaul, with the company saying it would help affected staff move to new roles. Telstra denied any causal link to AI adoption. This pattern, cut jobs but credit efficiency upgrades broadly, is common in telecoms. For example, AT&T and Verizon have cited network modernization, which often includes AI analytics, to trim support staff, but they highlight digital transformation rather than AI per se. NVIDIA USA, the chipmaker on the front lines of AI, has the opposite dynamic. CEO Jensen Huang announced in March 2026 that NVIDIA plans to nearly double headcount from around 42,000 to about 75,000 in 10 years, while also deploying millions of AI agents to handle routine tasks. He envisions a 100-to-1 ratio of software agents to humans, using them to absorb grunt technical work and make each engineer more productive. In other words, NVIDIA is choosing to expand and augment its workforce rather than cut it. This stands in contrast to consumer tech, see Microsoft, Amazon above, and highlights that companies whose products sell AI infrastructure are still in hiring mode, albeit emphasizing worker plus AI partnerships. Competitor AMD is building similar AI teams, but has not publicly detailed such ratios. Patterns in redeployment and upskilling. Across these cases, common themes emerge. Companies are trimming mostly routine or support roles, where AI can take over repetitive tasks. Many then reassign displaced workers rather than simply firing them. For example, JP Morgan and Telstra said they would offer new jobs or retraining to affected staff. IBM and Workday explicitly pivoted employees into higher-skilled areas, marketing, software development, overseas markets, when cutting back-office headcount. Amazon and NVIDIA urged workers to use AI tools to do their jobs differently. CEO Andy Jassy told Amazon staff to be curious and train up on AI so they can get more done with scrappier teams. JP Morgan's Diamond has already redeployed some AI-displaced employees and plans to scale that effort. However, practices vary. Some firms are focusing on others' workers. Salesforce said it would let laid-off staff apply for other internal roles. Standard Chartered will move lower-value finance workers into tech-enabled tasks. HPE and ServiceNow are plowing AI savings into hiring more engineers and salespeople for new products. Only a handful of companies like Daimler or GM in auto and agricultural firms with robotics have openly reported mass redeployments or retraining bonuses specifically for AI. In general, firms highlight that AI complemented existing jobs rather than destroyed them, even as they restructured. Company AI deployment, workforce change plan. Line HIU, Morgan Stanley USA, generative AI assistant for bankers, cut 2,500 jobs, 3% of 83,000 in early 2026, while launching in-house AI tools. At Bank of America, USA, Erica AI Assistance Automation. 15-year cut from 300K to 212K staff due to tech and AI. Consumer banking staff halved with growth. JP Morgan Chase, USA, generative AI for customer service, headcount flat at around 318,500, operations staff down 4%, support down 2%, client roles plus 4%, CEO says displaced staff will be retrained. HSBC, UK, AI pilots, new chief AI officer, no announced cuts, CEO says AI will destroy certain jobs and create new jobs, and is retraining all 200,000 staff. Standard Chartered, UK, AI processes for corporate functions, plans to cut 15% of corporate function roles, 7,000 jobs by 2030, to replace lower-value work with technology. DBS Bank SG, AI models 800-plus use cases, to cut around 4,000 temporary project roles via attrition over 3 years, will create 1,000 new AI jobs. DUA, Microsoft, USA, automated coding, Azure AI services, eliminated 9,000 jobs, 4% in June 2025, 15,000 total in 2025, while COO said AI now writes 30% of code. Alphabet, Google, USA, internal AI engineering tools, BARD, hired cautiously, laid off 100 in cloud and hundreds in hardware in 2025, as CEO predicts growth, not cuts. Amazon, USA, 1,000 plus Gen AI apps internally. End Mar 2025, 1.56 million employees, up 3% YoY. CEO expects AI will reduce our total corporate workforce with time. Meta, USA, Llama models, agentic AI teams, cut 600 jobs, AI research lab, in Oct 2025 to remove bloat, but still hiring top AI talent. AI spurred 2025 hiring spree. Salesforce, USA, Einstein AI and CRM, agents, cut 4,000 support roles, April to August 2025, as AI now handles 50% of customer queries, reinvesting in AI product staff. Workday, USA, AI-driven HCM tools, cut 1,750 jobs, 8.5%, in Feb 2025 to fund AI and global expansion, still hiring for AI initiatives. ServiceNow, USA, agentic AI assistants, on track for $100 million savings in 2025 headcount from AI use, CFO reallocating savings to R&D and sales engineers, DUA. Cisco Systems, AI networking gear, Silicon, will cut 4,000 jobs, less than 5%, in 2026 restructuring to invest in AI networking. CEO spoke of shifting to AI growth areas, DUA. Dell Technologies, USA, AI servers, robotics, spun off entire enterprise sales team, 100+ reps in 2025 as AI hardware demand boomed, saying fewer generalist sellers are needed. AI-driven enterprise systems announced 2,500 job cuts, 4% of 61K for cost savings in 2025. CEO noted AI is being leveraged to improve efficiency across businesses. Watson, USA, Watson AI agentic HR system, cut 8,000 jobs, 3% in late 2025, mainly in HR, replacing routine tasks with AI agents. Overall employment stable as it hires in new tech roles. Lava, Telstra, Australia, network automation, cloud AI, cutting 550 jobs, 2% in 2025 for efficiency, but not due to AI, the company emphasized. Will retrain staff into other roles. Walmart, USA, generative AI in supply chain catalog. CIO said GenAI completed a catalog project with 1% the staff. .df. No layoffs announced, leveraging AI to let small teams handle huge workloads. NVIDIA, USA, AI research agents internal, on target to grow from 42,000 to 75,000 employees by 2036, with 7.5 million AI agents assisting them, rather than cutting roles. Common themes and advice across cases. Efficiency gains from AI often led to smaller support teams. Customer service, back office, and coding roles are the most affected. Many companies said they would redeploy displaced workers. JP Morgan and Telstra plan to move affected employees to new jobs, and Salesforce reportedly offered cut staff a chance to reapply internally. Retraining is emphasized. HSBC is upskilling all 200,000 employees for AI readiness, and CEOs like Fujitsu's and Accenture's have urged staff to learn AI tools or risk being left behind. By contrast, peers slower to adopt AI, e.g. smaller banks or retailers with few tech plans, are currently not pairing staff but may lose competitive ground if their productivity lags. In summary, companies using AI widely have approached headcount changes deliberately. Instead of abrupt mass layoffs, the typical pattern is to use attrition and reskilling to phase out redundant tasks. Many firms explicitly reallocate headcount to high-value areas. The notable exceptions are certain support functions, customer support at Salesforce, entry-level coders at Microsoft, where headcount was cut sharply while the savings funded new AI projects. For leaders embarking on AI projects, the key lessons are: plan your AI rollout with workforce impact in mind. Pair any reductions in routine work with ambitious retraining and internal moves. And communicate clearly about how AI augments rather than indiscriminately replaces workers. Monitoring productivity metrics and comparing to less automated peers can guide the pace of change. Finally, invest the savings, as many companies have, into growth areas where humans add creativity and oversight. Tags: AI transformative workforce, AI adoption, automation productivity, AI layoffs, workforce efficiency, case study, AI deployment industry, employee redeployment strategies, AI in banking, AI in tech. All links to sources are available in the text version of this article. You can find the full article at can'tfindjob.com/blog. Thanks for listening. If today's episode hit close to home, stop scrolling job boards that weren't built for this new reality. Check out Claw Earn on AIAgentStore.ai, the first jobs marketplace designed for both humans and AI agents, so you can start earning no matter which side of the AI revolution you're on.